Welcome back to another quick family ministry tip. These tips are designed to encourage, equip, and challenge you, whether you're someone who is leading or someone who is serving on a family ministry team. Today's tip is on the topic of volunteer teams. I've been writing some articles recently really talking about recruiting and retaining volunteers. I'm going to link some of them below so that you can check those out for some more information. But today I wanted to share the top 5 reasons that I have found that volunteers exit your team. I know that this year and this season has been a time of massive transition for volunteer teams. And I think it's important that we dive into what's going on so that we can become better as leaders and ministry leaders in family ministry, kids and student ministry. So here's the top 5 reasons. The first reason for sure that people might leave your team is personal or health reasons. They might be walking through a season in life that is requiring different expectations on their work, or they're moving, or they're just navigating some things from a family perspective, or they might be walking through some health things that require them to take a step back from serving. That's one reason. Not necessarily the reason most people leave the team. In fact, I don't believe it is the reason that most volunteers leave the team, actually, but it is one reason. Another reason, number 2, is lack of fulfillment. Volunteers come with this expectation that they are going to use their life to make a difference. And if they are serving in a role that is challenging for them to see how their investment of their time and energy and whatever else might be required of them to fill that role, if they cannot see how that is connected to the vision and the mission, something that is bigger than themselves maybe, if they cannot see that connection, then they're going to be missing that fulfillment that they maybe didn't even realize that they had this expectation they were going to receive from volunteering on your team. Lack of fulfillment. The third reason is that volunteers exit our teams is they do not have a relational connection. We are wired and designed to do life with people. And so many of our volunteers will come to our teams because they have this hope that they're going to get to link arms and do life with like-minded individuals that are just going to kind of be their partner. And if they do not feel that relational connection, either to us as leaders or to the people who are serving alongside them, if they do not think that anyone misses them when they're not there, they will stop being there. They will exit the team. The fourth reason is that they are not equipped. Volunteers, especially high capacity volunteers, if you look around and your team is missing managers and directors and business owners, those people who might have these high capacity jobs outside of your organization, if you don't see those people serving on your team, there is a possibility, this is worth exploring. Are you equipping your volunteers, or are the needs so great that we're just kind of throwing them in with some encouragement and a prayer and hoping they're gonna swim and not sink? Volunteers who are not equipped, another example is volunteers who show up to serve and don't have what they need to be successful. If volunteers are not equipped with training or with resources, if we don't do what we tell them we're going to do to help them be successful, they will stop showing up to serve. The next reason, the last reason that volunteers exit our teams is because of their feelings. Feelings. They can get in the way of someone feeling successful in their role. Whether it is they feel unappreciated, whether it is that they feel overused. Sometimes we overuse our yes people. Whether it is that they feel not cared for. If those feelings are present, volunteers are going to exit. They're not going to stick around. They don't want to leave. They're already walking through what might be a hard week and showing up to serve. They're hoping and wanting and longing to leave feeling seen and cared for and valued. And if those things are absent, the feelings that they're going to be left with are not going to be good. And they're going to stop showing up to serve. So, as you wrap up this season of ministry and you look back on the year and you celebrate all the ways that God has showed up, let's take a minute and let's acknowledge that there's some people that have maybe not returned to our teams. Where are they? Let's make a phone call. Let's check on them. Let's communicate to the volunteers who were on our team and maybe no longer are, that we care more about them for who they are than we do for what they are able to do. And maybe let's get some insight to what's the reason that they exit, because once we know better, we can do better. Here's to making the next season the best and healthiest one for your team that you've ever had.